Hi everyone, this is my first Screencastify, so I'm a little nervous about it. I hope that it works. As you can see, probably on my screen, I had to Google how to even use it, but now that I have it, I want to walk through the instructions for your sandwich packet part 4 that you're going to be doing today. So yesterday, you should have worked your way through this part 3, where you looked at pieces of already written paragraphs, and we looked at claim, evidence, explain. You highlighted those. I introduced them as like the sandwiches themselves that you are building. And today you're getting a little more in depth for that. So we have some basic instruction here. Building sandwiches. The top slice is introducing evidence. We also call it the claim because it says it does a few things. Identify the author speaker title, or the context when needed, and assert an analytical claim. So, an example, starting her letter by giving proper consideration to her son's point of view, Adams demonstrates that she is not forceful but reasonable. So that's the claim that the student is making. We've got the context, starting her letter. We have an analytical claim that she gives proper consideration to her son's point of view. And now we are ready to back that claim up with evidence from the text. So on this one, what you are going to do is you're going to highlight the context that the writer includes. So this is the student writer analyzing these passages. Highlight the context, and then in another color, highlight the analytical claim. Okay? So the first is the context, and the second is the analytical claim. If you're confused on that, scroll back up here, and it will give you some more examples. Starting her letter by giving proper consideration. This is the context. And then the claim is Adams demonstrates she is not forceful but reasonable. Can I actually highlight in this? Highlight clicks. No, okay, sorry. This is new. Whoa, you can. Starting her letter by giving proper consideration. There's the context. Here's the claim. Okay, sorry, I should have previewed this before I started. So we're going to scroll down. So you're going to do that for this section, and then we're going to move on to the filling, embedding evidence. And this is how you're going to get the evidence into sentences that are smooth and nice, that you're not just jarringly throwing out. Remember, you cannot start a sentence with quotation marks. You have to embed your quotes into sentences. So here's how to do this. We're going to go back to that Florence Kelly speech that started this packet off. Here's one of the quotes. We have in this country 2 million children under the age of 16 years earning their bread. They vary in age. You remember this quote. So, step 1, it says you can embed quotations in sentences of your own. 1, you need to limit the length of the quote. You don't want this long thing. You want little tiny, what they're going to call morsels, little chunks from it. Okay? So we have at the beginning, no, this is the middle of your sentence. It says, Kelly alerts her audience to the fact that 2 million children under the age of 16 years are employed in the industries throughout the nation. Here's the quote, and the student is able to embed it right in the middle of it. Kelly alerts, remember that's that strong verb. Kelly alerts her audience to the fact that, and then bam. Kelly reveals the fact that 2 million children under the age of 16 years. Kelly laments, there's another one of your strong verbs. Kelly laments the fact that 2 million children, okay? Another way to do it is at the end of your sentence, Kelly exposes the shocking statistic that in this country, one can find in the workplace as many as, and then quote, 2 million children under the age of 16 years. This one is probably the easier one to do, just put it at the end. And then if you want to do more than one, that's also awesome because it just proves that 1, you can embed quotes, and 2, you have multiple pieces of evidence to back up your ideas. Kelly laments, hey, there it is, the fact that 2 million children under the age of 16 years are currently working strenuous jobs in cotton mills and coal breakers. And they have these little quotes throughout. Okay? Step 2. Sometimes when you have a quote, if you want to make it smaller or if you want to work it so that it's grammatically correct in your sentences, you need to go ahead and do an ellipses or a bracket. So this table is going to work your way through how to do an ellipses or a bracket if you need. An ellipses is these 3 dots right here, and it means that I have deleted some of the words in this quote because they were unnecessary or because I was trying to make it short. They are not needed at the beginning or the end of a quote. So let's say you take a sentence and you want to focus in on like 2 words in the sentence. You don't need to put ellipses before or after to say that you only took a chunk, okay? You only need ellipses if you are taking out words in the middle of a quote that you're using, like this one. We have in this country 2 million children, there are more words here, who are earning their bread, okay? The original quote was children under the age of 16 years who are earning their bread. They took out this part. Next is if you need to change, like I said, the grammar or the grammatical structure of it to make sense. If you need to add in a word so that it fits better, you do it like this with the brackets. Varying in age, children throughout the country toil to earn their bread. Okay, step 3 is punctuation. And this is really important as well. We're talking about those introductory phrases, when to use a comma, when to use no punctuation, when to use a colon. Florence Kelley begins her speech, "We have in this country." So this is her direct quote. This is how she says it. You can also use a colon. Florence Kelley denounces, what a good, strong verb, the young age at which children are working, colon. And then here's her quote. You can use a comma or no punctuation. Again, like this one has no punctuation. So you're going to be looking for, I'm going to be looking at your papers for how smoothly you have integrated your quotes and how grammatically correct they are. That's what step 3 is about. Okay? So then it gives you practice. For step 1, you're going to do some morsels. Again, if you need help, just go back up in the packet to where it gives you the examples of step 1. Here are the quotes you're going to be working with, and then here is where you're going to put your sentences. Step 2, same thing with the ellipses. If you need help, go back up to the instructions for ellipses, that table. And step 3, punctuate correctly. You're going to use the comma and the colon correctly. Okay? And then when we get to there, that'll be for the next day. So, I hope this helped. Today, you are just going to be working on these steps 1, 2, and 3, and then tomorrow you will get to the bottom slice, explaining evidence. Remember, that's the most important piece. But again, we'll get to that tomorrow. So, have a great time, and if you need anything, you can email me, and I will try to get back to you. No promises, but if I don't get back to you and you're really confused, just be patient, and I will also be patient with you. So, good luck.